Thank you once again for joining me this very day. And like always, I don't take it for granted. I've come to realize that so many people are struggling, especially those that are in marriages. And these are things that many people don't want to talk about. Relationships are dying, relationships are suffering. There's a huge struggle in becoming when it comes to being in a relationship. My dear brothers and sisters, what is the essence of being in a relationship when you can't control how everything should be done? That is a question that I think it's important for each one of us to come to a place of realizing that when you have committed yourself to do that which is proper, you do it intentionally. I've come across many people who call me and they argue that they cannot perform in various areas of their lives, especially when it comes to marital issues. Marriages are not becoming better because of the addictions thereof. There are those that are struggling with pornography. There are those that are struggling with masturbation. There are those that are struggling with religious standards and beliefs. There are those who are struggling even to embrace their partners. Because at the end of the day, it is all about what people don't want to say: selfish desires. My dear brothers and sisters, I think it's important to have and go into a place of understanding that when it comes to being in a relationship, there are certain things that you have to let go. I know it is a struggle. I know it is a challenge. And this is one of the things that many people don't talk about. But I want to urge you, my dear brothers and sisters, that you need to sit down and talk to yourself and think within yourself how to provide a way to ensure that the very relationship stands or overcomes these kinds of situations. My brother and my sister, the other thing is, it is quite unfortunate when people are not willing to solve these kinds of issues that damage the reality of what relationships require, what marriage should have. And the reason why people go out and about to do other things, it's because of trying to prove that they can do it the way they think. Let me give a good example. We have our dear brothers who are from this religion, we call it Islam. They say it is better to marry 4 wives, 5 wives. That is what they say. Instead of cheating on your wife. Not like the Christians who say they want to have 1 wife and then they cheat. That is what they say. But all those are excuses. Having 3 wives, 4 wives, does it make sense? Cheating on your spouse and doing all those things that you're thinking about, does it make sense? But people are not willing to function in the reality of what relationships require. There's a standard to being in a relationship. There's a standard in marriage. And those are the things that people don't want to move with and to function in, because for them it is all about satisfying their selfish desires. So the addiction that is so in these relationships, in these marriages, they are happening because people are not intentional. People are not committed to the truth that is so in these very institutions. I want to make sure that as I'm speaking these words, and maybe you're going through something in your relationship, you're struggling in your relationship, Like I said earlier, you need to look deeper within yourself and find, am I supposed to be where I am? Is this what I'm supposed to do? We all have our challenges. We all have our insecurities. We all have our addictions. But what do I need to do to ensure that there is clarity, there is purpose in this very relationship? Because marriage is about two people coming together and becoming one, and understanding the reasons as to why they were supposed to be together, the purposes, the need, and the vision of it. It is not about ruling the other person. It is all about guiding each other to which that will enable the both of you to see the fruits thereof. Nothing is difficult. Like I always say, there is no bread that is so difficult in the presence of tea. So, my brothers and sisters, it is in my knowledge that I present this very fact in this moment, so that you can be able to see the evidences of what is true and definite, and the purposes of what marriages require, what relationships require. It is all about you taking, the initiative to move past what you think will only satisfy you. It is all about the both of you. So if you commit these, I can call them atrocities, if you commit these things, you're only being selfish to yourself. When you find yourself in masturbation, when you find yourself, in infidelity, when you find yourself in pornography, in extramarital affairs, all that, you are only being selfish to yourself, not even your partner. And it is important that you challenge yourself today to ensure that there is a function that will help you to move past what you've ever thought. My dear sister and my dear brother, relationships can work, marriages can work, but it is for the both of you to take a step and realize that there is no perfect day to make it work. That perfect moment is when you think it is so imperfect. I've talked to so many people who tell me, I can't deal with this relationship anymore. I can't work on it. I can't make anything out of this relationship. Why? Because people are not willing to see the evidences of how they can structure that relationship. And there's nothing that is difficult to solve, nothing that is difficult to make it. My dear brother and my dear sister, if there is a struggle in that relationship, you need to talk to your partner. You need to sit down and talk to them. Tell them, you know what, I know it's hard, but it's not difficult. It might be, let me say, it might be difficult, but it is not impossible. So how difficult it is, it only means you're giving yourself a limitation. But it is not difficult. It is not. Because impossibilities lies in the dictionary of fools. So your marriage can work, your relationship can become, as long as the both of you are willing to participate and function together. You're willing to build one another, structure one another, move past what you think, and choose wisely what is required to ensure that whatever the vision of your relationship is, functions. My dear brothers and sisters, it is for you to take that step and move past what you've ever thought, so that you can structure something and build something that is futuristic. So if there are these kinds of struggles in your relationship, kinds of struggles in your marriage, kinds of struggles in your way of being, you need to deal with yourself. You need to work on yourself. I know for sure you dress nicely. That beautiful suit, that beautiful dress, that beautiful smile. You're handsome and you feel like you've conquered the world, but there are struggles within you. There are issues within you. There are imperfections that you don't want to talk about. But I want to tell you, my dear brother and my sister, there's always a way out to make things to make things better. So where you are right now, you're standing in a ground that I think it's important for you to see beyond where you failed. It is only those who sleep that rise up. Those who fall tend to think that they cannot rise up. It is for you to see that the situation you're in, it is just a matter of time. So my advice today is you need to take the initiative to take responsibility, to move past what you've ever thought and take responsibility. Until next time.